All over YouTube, there are people telling you how they would spend their $100 if they had a small amount of money to invest in the cryptocurrency market. None of them, though, actually make the trades on a video. So I'm actually going to be putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to be trading $100 into coins that I believe, with my own money, would be good investments. Now, this is a longer video because I'm actually going to be doing the trades, setting my sell orders, and doing all of that, showing my whole process basically in this video. I have loaded my account with $800, but there is a reason for that, and today's video is just going to be $100 just to show you how I really would trade $100. So we are in BitYard. The reason we're in BitYard is because it's my new exchange of choice, really. There's so many markets, so many coins that you can get into here. If you're in the States and you're struggling to get XRP, you can get XRP here. You can see there is a pairing with XRP and USDT. But one of the coolest things about this is the copy trade button. Now, I am not advising that you follow my trades, but essentially what you can do is, like this guy gets 4,200 and something %, you could click copy trade and you would copy all of his trades according to how much money you have to put in. Now, I actually think he does this on leverage, which I completely don't agree with leverage trading. And if there is financial advice in this video, it is don't leverage trade. And oftentimes these massive numbers are as a result of leverage trading. So you can look here, there's loads of traders on here. Most of them are down, look, most of them can't really get gains really. So I am a trader on this website, and it's just quite interesting. I think it just allows more transparency. When I make these trades, you can see I've really made them. And you can just keep checking in to see which trades I've made, you know. So it's just a good place to keep on top of my own trades. There is a link in the description if you want to go and check out BitYard. Anyway, so let's get into our spot trading. And this is essentially just like any other trading view chart. I mean, you can manipulate this page to a certain degree, but really most of my time isn't going to be spent in here. I'm going to be selecting coins that are in the 0.236 zone on the Fibonacci's. And with my $100, I'm simply going to be dividing my efforts, dividing my money by 4. So $25 in 4 different coins. Well, one of them will be a more risky play, one that can potentially 10x. And the thing I want to mention as well is if you've only got $100 to invest in cryptocurrency and you don't have money to reinvest every month, like this is $100, where do I put $100? You know, there's no prospect of adding to it over time. It's just $100 right now. What am I advising? Well, what I would do isn't the risky play. I wouldn't actually go in to find a coin like Shiba Inu or Floki Inu and try and like 100x my money. That's actually not what I would do. I found this page really interesting on the BitYard, kind of one of the BitYard pages, and it said Bitcoin is up 80x in the last 5 years. That's essentially a cycle. So from the bottom of the market to the top, it's 80x. You know, if you'd spent your $100 here, you'd have 8,000 right now. And you could have taken your 8,000 out the market and bought at the bottom of the next market and then times that by 80 and times that by 80, which at that point, $640,000. And when you started at 100. So the point is here that we need to be zooming out. You need to not be looking at things too closely, like, oh, I want to take my $100 and get it to here. What we need to do is squeeze the most amount out of that $100, sell at the top, buy at the bottom, get an 80x. You see what I mean? So that would actually be my plan, and that might be controversial for a lot of people. But if I go back and look at coins with a history and with good hype, and oftentimes coins that people are calling dead, these are good places to look. We see coins like Bitcoin Cash. Now, Bitcoin Cash is right down here in the 0.236 zone. And the growth potential on Bitcoin Cash is a whopping almost 4,500%. Now, what's my strategy for actually, when I buy these coins, how am I looking to sell them? Well, I'll actually be doing that closer later on in the video when I'm actually setting my sell orders. But for me personally, Bitcoin Cash fits all of the criteria. It gets great engagement on Twitter. I made a tweet about it the other day that basically said when anyone says, look at my eyebrows. When people say Bitcoin Cash is a dead coin, buy it. You know, this is kind of the kind of motivation I want behind it. You know, I got loads of engagement on that post, and we sit down in the 0.236. So Bitcoin Cash is one coin that I'm going to buy. So essentially I've got to look in at the price and see, you know, where am I going to be buying in my Bitcoin Cash with my $25? And while typically I might be a little bit more patient to wait till my price kind of drops back down here, and it very well might drop back down here. We've had a nice solid bounce, and this has been a really strong bounce back here, like really rejected off this level. And the fact that we've had a red candle today, you know, never buy green candles. And obviously this is a red candle, it's coming down, you know, might set my buy order in here at $377.74. And, you know, I would usually ladder into these positions, but because the video is coming out today, just by nature, it had to do that. You know, I wanted to get my orders in. So let's go back over to BitYard and place this order. So all I do is type BCH in the search bar, and here we are. We've got BCH USDT. Right, and here we are. So I'm probably going to set a limit order, and a limit order essentially means I'm going to buy at a very specific price. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom in here, and you can see there's a moving average that's running, and it's just inflected. What I would say is I'm probably going to set the buy order probably down at the bottom of this red wick that we had today, and that will be my buy order, and hopefully by the end of the video it's already fulfilled. And if it doesn't get fulfilled, at least you'll be able to see it when it does get fulfilled on my BitYard trader account. So I'm just going to draw my horizontal line right where I think I'm going to make my buy order, and I can see that's $376.50. So that's exactly what I do. So the price, $376.50, and the amount of USDT I'm going to put into that is $25. With that, I'm obviously going to get 0.066 Bitcoin Cash, and I'm going to click buy. So my buy order is now in there, and that will obviously be filled if the price does revisit that wick down that we had today. So in recap, Bitcoin Cash took #1 spot. The next one, in my opinion, has to be XRP. And the reason I'm saying XRP is because you want kind of these almost secure risky plays. I'm not really sure how to say it, but because of this whole kind of SEC lawsuit that's going on with Ripple, the fact that we're in this 0.236 and haven't come anywhere near previous all-time high means the price has been suppressed. If this court case continues on and there's delay after delay after delay and we miss the bull run, then obviously we miss the gains that we can get from XRP. But because XRP in my other portfolio is basically the whole thing, you can see that I have confidence in XRP, and maybe too much confidence. If you're a more conservative trader, then you know XRP might definitely not be on your cards. But again, understand that I see the price down here below the 0.236. We've had a nice wick down, a double bottom here, right down here. We had a double bottom, really strong reaction at this level, which is great because there was strong reaction over here as well. If you can see that, that was a big pump. And for me, XRP is getting up there anywhere between kind of $10 to $16. So, you know, that's really exciting in a coin. And with the use case of XRP, it just kind of all leads me to say that if you have $100, at least a quarter of that needs to go into XRP. So let's go over to BitYard. We're going to type XRP in the side, and the same thing again. We're just going to look to see if there's like a wick down that we might be able to set our buy order at. And essentially, I would be setting my buy order right in there at 76 cents, basically. So if we take that to 76 cents, we want to trade with $25, which ends up getting you 32 XRP, and I'm going to buy 32 XRP. Another limit order set in there. In recap, the two coins we have distributed 50% of allocation to is Bitcoin Cash and XRP. And at the, towards the end of the video, I'm actually going to get into why I'm going into 4 coins and not into 1 or into more. And there's a reason that I'm doing that, and we'll get to that later on in the video. Now, there is an argument that I might go for XLM or Stellar. The reason I am not going to do that today is because XRP and XLM typically run together. Now, this would actually go against how I want to be exiting the market. And I talk a lot about exiting the market. I know it can be quite confusing, but what I want you to kind of understand here is that coins go at different moments, and you have to take advantage of that. And that's what this strategy is all about, really. So if you pick coins that all go together, you're not taking advantage of that cycling opportunity. So XLM is not going to be on my list. The next one is UFO. Now, UFO has hit a fantastic resistance point, and it's just shot off at this moment. So I'm going to draw this line right here, and I want you to see. Let's get closer in, because you can see that TA makes complete sense here. Notice that line. If I draw that perfectly so it hits the bottom of that wick, notice this line. Price comes up, hits it as resistance, drops back down, and when it breaks through, right? We've gone sideways before that massive pump, more sideways action, which is actually basically symmetrical on either side. And what we've done is we've come down and bounced perfectly off this resistance zone before. This is a really, really strong move, right? So I'm actually inclined to say that we're at the bottom of a red wick right now today, our bottom of a wick at that 0.000017 level. And I am probably going to set my order in for UFO as the coin that's going to get me the most gains probably, or the easiest gains. Just if you believe in crypto gaming or, you know, anything in that kind of area, you're going to want to be holding UFO. So UFO is on my list. So to buy UFO, I'm basically buying it at the price that it is right now, and I want to buy $25 of UFO. Let me just check. That is 164,497. We're going to buy UFO, and that one has been added to the list. So to recap, 3 coins in out of 4, we've got Bitcoin Cash, XRP, and UFO. None of my buy orders have been fulfilled yet. And the next one for me, which might surprise you, is Litecoin. Why am I going with Litecoin? Well, we've got 2 previous bull runs to go on. And when you talk about fibs, you know, you draw your fibs on here, it predicted the top of the market. We draw another fib on this one, and you'd assume that it would make the top of the market again. Now, this does kind of slightly contradict my below the 0.236 zone, but look, we did come back to kind of these levels where it wicks down, and it does look like Litecoin has hit a bottom down in this area. So let's zoom in further so we can get a bit close to these wicks, and we can see that we did come down nicely here. What I'd like to see potentially is the price come back down to about $133.64 before I make my buy. Litecoin is one of those that's got so much potential in the market. I mean, just to get to even the local peak is 200%, but if we zoom out even further, just to get kind of to the upper end of these fibs, we're looking at a 9x, 8x, 10x type move. And so when we get to the exit strategy, I'm not actually looking for those massive gains. You'll see why a bit later. But my buy on order might be around this level, about the $134.65 level. So let's go over to Bityard and choose Litecoin. Right, so here we are on Litecoin. Let's get extra zoomed in so we can see these wicks and get our price nice and accurate. And the price I wanted to go for was about $133.60, probably about that line. I'm going to just put a line right there. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. So that'd be $133.60. And we're finally using our last $25 to buy some Litecoin. And Litecoin has been added to our open orders. Just to recap, the 4 coins we distributed into are Bitcoin Cash, XRP, UFO, and Litecoin. So we've got 2 nice solid ones in Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash that are predictable in movements. We've got XRP, which could completely break out if the court case goes its way, and UFO, which inevitably will explode in the gaming boom. So we've got a nice mix of solid and kind of more out there predictions, but the essence is all of these coins have great fundamentals and massive fan bases. Now we've seen the UFO interest on my channel just absolutely exploded. Litecoin is the same, Bitcoin Cash is exactly the same, and XRP is a favorite of a lot of people. Now for the sake of the video, I'm actually going to set my buy orders in right at the moment at the price that it is currently. The reason is just because I believe in these coins enough to kind of buy at this level. If I'm getting extra picky, obviously I'm going to buy at these lower levels. But essentially, I'm happy to buy these coins for the sake of this video, just to get the orders in. I want to go back to XRP and start to try to explain my exiting method here. So basically what I'll be doing for my exit strategy is looking at what I'm comfortable with. What I'm comfortable with for any coin is 500%, so 5x. And when I look at 500%, I actually put that right here and put a horizontal line. So my lines will always be saved on this chart. I've obviously got them on my other charts, but this level is too high to actually make a sell order, it's very frustrating when they do this, but Binance is the same, Coinbase was the same when it had XRP. But essentially you can set your sell order at these prices. Now, for me personally, I have XRP as a majority holding, so I'm actually riding XRP a lot higher than this. But if I had $100 and I was dividing it among 4, I would set my 500% point in all the coins. So with XRP, that's $4.59. With Bitcoin Cash, that's $2,298. With Litecoin, that's $818. And with UFO, that is 0.000099 cents. Now, the most frustrating thing about these small charts, these TradingView charts, especially if you don't pay for TradingView, is that you don't get much history in time, right? So I use CoinTrader Pro for my actual charting, but obviously for the buy orders and the sell orders and everything, I'm using BitYard. Eventually this UFO trade will complete and I will have distributed my $100 into 4 coins with $25 a piece. I've also marked my 500% levels in all the coins. And what this essentially does is leads us right into this mathematically proven building wealth with cryptocurrency video that I made a while back. 20th of November I made this video. And essentially what we go through in this video is how to cycle your coins when you're distributed among 5 coins. Now obviously we're in 4 coins here for this example, but you might not think that when you sell these coins and you're getting $74, you know, you put 25 in, you get 74 or something like that, or just 5x in a coin when it was only $25 to start with. Do not underestimate the power of correct cycling. Now there's other places that I talk about the cycling, and I didn't really want to mention it because it was kind of just something I wanted people to kind of find or stumble upon. But below there is a booklet that I made about exit strategy, and I talk a bit about mathematical cycling in there, but understand that you can get all that information from this video. You don't have to buy that booklet. Go back and watch this video. I'll put the link in the description, and you can actually basically copy this and you can look at this mathematically proven strategy that will basically take the profits from a coin that moves first to your 500% mark, distribute them into the other coins, and you do that so on and so forth. Because the fact that people don't do this, and actually the majority of people don't do this, is the reason why some people lose in crypto. Doing this, you simply cannot lose. So I urge that you go and watch this video, how to build wealth with cryptocurrency, mathematically proven. I mean, not many people have seen it. Look, 204 views. It's well worth watching. So as you can see now, I have distributed my $100 into equal parts into Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, and UFO, and I am a cent up. Now obviously that's going to fluctuate and hopefully grow a lot more, but this is essentially how I would distribute my $100, and I actually have distributed $100 into it like this. And if you want to come and check out my trades on the copy trade feature, then please do so. I'm not entirely sure how you find me, but maybe if you search Lewis Jackson in here, you might find me. If you haven't followed my account on Twitter, we just need 2 more followers and we'll get to that 200 mark. You know, I post on here things that I see on the news and things that I necessarily wouldn't post on YouTube and stuff. And I just think it's a pretty good place to kind of get a little insider action on the whole thing. And also my subscribers, we just reached 2,000 subscribers today. I'm super pumped about that. Thank you for all the support. And everyone's waiting for their 10x pump that you get when you subscribe. Trust me, it's coming. Thank you for watching. This is a video that the algorithm thinks you might want to watch. I'll see you later.